Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 3 royal decrees. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed receives His Excellency the Minister of Finance at the State of Qatar. And the joint Omani-Qatari committee reviews aspects of cooperation between the two countries, especially in investment projects. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has issued 3 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 47/2019 ratifying the oil agreement signed between the government of the Sultanate of Oman and Occidental Oman Company LLC for the block number 51. Article 1 ratifies the above-mentioned agreement. Article 2. This decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 48/2019 ratifying the oil agreement signed between the government of the Sultanate of Oman, Occidental Oman Company LLC, and Oman Oil Exploration and Production Company LLC for the block number 65. Article 1 ratifies the above-mentioned agreement. Article 2. This decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 49/2019 ratifying the oil agreement signed between the government of the Sultanate of Oman and Occidental Oman Company LLC for the block number 72. Article 1 ratifies the above-mentioned agreement. Article 2. This decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan, received His Excellency Ali Sharif Al Ammadi, Minister of Finance at the State of Qatar. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and discussed aspects of cooperation between both countries in various fields of common concern. The meeting was attended by Their Excellencies Darwish bin Ismail bin Ali al-Blushi, Minister responsible for Financial Affairs, Najib bin Yahya al-Blushi, the Sultanate's accredited ambassador to Qatar, and the Secretary General and advisors at His Highness's office, and from the Qatari side it was attended by His Excellency Ali Fahd Al-Hajri, Ambassador of Qatar to the Sultanate. The Omani-Qatari relations are solid under the region of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos and His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar. These assurances came during the joint Omani-Qatari committee meeting held in Muscat. The meeting reviewed aspects of cooperation between the two countries in various fields so as to serve the joint interests, especially in investment projects. The meeting also pointed out that the trade volume between the Sultanate and Qatar increased by 50% during the first quarter of the current year, and both countries are seeking to complete the projects underway, particularly in touristic and real estate sectors, including Ras Al Had project and Karwa Auto project, in addition to promoting Qatari investments in Duqm and cooperation in the fields of energy, agriculture, fisheries, and animal wealth. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail al-Blushi, Minister responsible for Financial Affairs, whereas the Qatari side by His Excellency Ali Sharif Al Ammadi, Minister of Finance of Qatar. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, received His Excellency Ali Sharif Al Ammadi, Minister of Finance in the sisterly state of Qatar, who is currently on an official visit to the Sultanate. During the meeting, they reviewed the existing relations between the two countries and means of enhancing them. During its second meeting of the year, the Board of Directors of the Civil Service Pension Fund reviewed the cash flow indicators and the performance of the fund's investments. During its meeting, the board approved the unaudited financial statements of the fund for the period ending by March 2019, as well as a number of topics related to the fund's operations. His Excellency Dr. Hamad bin Said Al Aufi, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, honored student company Mahia that won Injaz Oman Award for Best Student Company in 2019 under the award category for colleges and universities. Mahia has successfully used a Zola plant as a food product for freshwater farmed fish and turtles. The product by Mahia replaces the imported soybean and fish powder by replacing them with a formula that depends on completely a local available plant with high protein concentration. The Secretariat General for the Supreme Council for Planning held its third workshop on strategic alternatives for spatial development in Wusta Governorate for the next phase. The workshop discussed three strategic alternatives to determine the best spatial development option for Wusta Governorate. The first alternative focuses on the development of Duqm, while the second option offers to develop the coastal areas of the Governorate at the economic level in the fishing, real estate, and renewable energy sectors. The third option focuses on maintaining the Bedouin lifestyle and heritage through decentralization of services. The Consultative Authority of GCC Supreme Council Committee, which held its 6th meeting in Muscat, discussed social media platforms in terms of its significance and negative effects. The committee also reviewed its draft annual report that would be submitted to the Consultative Authority of GCC Supreme Council for final revision before its submission to the 40th session of the Supreme Council for GCC leaders in December. Still to come on News Bulletin. Omancel and Hawaii celebrate the graduation of 100 specialists in information technologies and networks fields.
بادر بقيد اسمك في السجل الانتخابي. تسجيلك حق وصوتك أمانة. انتخابات أعضاء مجلس الشورى للفترة التاسعة مع تحيات وزارة الداخلية.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Municipal Council and the Governorate of Dhofar discussed various topics including preserving frankincense trees, Al Farouk Dawar Road in Sahlanout area, as well as holding a public festival for beautification and milking in the Wilaya of Al Mazyuna. It also discussed the rain-making or artificial precipitation project, which reached its 5th stage in July 2018. The Council also reviewed a number of other vital and development projects in the Governorate. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Sheikh Salim bin Aufait Al-Shamfari, Chairman of the Dhofar Municipality and Municipal Council. The Municipal Council meeting in the Governorate of South Sharqiya reviewed the issue of seawater flooding to various houses in the past few days in the Niaba of Ras Al Had and Shia area in the Wilaya of Sur due to high tide. It also focused on studying various topics related to developments in the wilayas of the governorate. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Mustahil Shammas, Governor of South Sharqiya. Nizwa Hospital organized occupational safety and health exhibition in celebration of the World Day for Safety and Health at Work. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
This scene reflects the importance of applying health and safety measures at all times. Hence, Nizwa Hospital, represented by the Environmental Health and Occupational Safety Department, organized an occupational health and safety exhibition.
The safety in the environment of the work is very valid, not only just for the employees, even for the customers or patients that are receiving those services inside the hospital. So that's why we are conducting this activity to show to the community the importance of many sectors inside the hospital about the major standards and prevention that we are doing to prevent any harms and any risk that could be exposed for the patient or the employees.
The International Labour Organization celebrate about the World Day for the Health and Safety at Work to promote the prevention of the occupational accident and disease. This year has the vision of about this celebration about the health and safety and the future of work.
A number of public and private sector institutions took part in the exhibition, focusing on ways to maintain a healthy and safe working environment to eliminate occupational accidents and work-related diseases.
Any company starts with 5 people and more, they're supposed to have health and safety position for the employee to take care about the others, which is important because if any person starts doing any works without any experience about the risk and the hazards of that job, it can result in accidents, which can also increase the chance of the fatality of the personnel. That means it will cost the company a lot.
We are here to be in Nizwa today. Is what our duty and our responsibility is to promote, educate, and tell the public and also the private sector the importance of occupational medicine and occupational awareness and occupational health for the workers in Sultanate of Oman.
The event was also an opportunity for the attendees to gain hands-on experiences about the best practices and fundamental principles and techniques to prevent health hazards at the workplace. The endeavor here is to help employers and workers develop new approaches to deal with emerging health and safety risks at work in order to enhance productivity in all sectors. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya, Governorate.
Omantel, in collaboration with Huawei, celebrated the end of the training program that targeted 100 graduates from SQU, Geotech, and Caledonian College of Engineering. The two companies joined hands to offer specialized training in network and information technology. The program aims at equipping young job seekers with the necessary technical know-how and skills in telecommunication, network and information technology in the Sultanate of Oman. One in 5 people in war zones has depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia, according to the World Health Organization, with many suffering severe forms of these mental illnesses. More details in the following report.
The findings highlight the long-term impact of war-induced crisis in countries such as Afghanistan, Iraq, South Sudan, Syria and Yemen, according to the UN's Health Agency, and the numbers are significantly higher than in peacetime populations where around 1 in 14 people has a mental illness. Given the large numbers of people in need, while the means to treat mental illness largely was insufficient, the urgency was to scale investment in this sector.
In this study, we found that 1 in 5 people in conflict-affected areas of the world have one of the following 5 mental health conditions: depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia.
In 2016, the number of ongoing armed conflicts reached an all-time high of 53 in 37 countries, and 12% of the world's people are living in an active war zone, according to United Nations figures. Since World War II, almost 69 million people globally have been forced to flee war and violence. The WHO's conflict mental health study, published in the Lancet Medical Journal, was carried out by a team of researchers from the WHO, Australia's Queensland University, and the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington and Harvard University in the United States.
And we found that 9% has a moderate or severe mental disorder. 9% is almost 1 in 10 people living in conflict-affected areas of the world have a mental health condition that is a moderate or severe mental health condition. That means they need access to mental health care, which is a very high number, particularly if we think about how few people right now have access to quality, effective mental health services.
It analyzed research from 129 studies and data from 39 countries published between 1980 and August 2017. Regions that have seen conflict in the last 10 years were included, and mental illnesses were categorized as either mild, moderate or severe. Overall, in war zones, the average prevalence was highest for mild mental health conditions at 13%. Around 4% of people living amid armed conflict had moderate mental health illness, and for severe conditions, the prevalence was 5%. The study also found that rates of depression and anxiety in conflict settings appear to increase with age, and depression was more common among women than men. The study was funded by the WHO, the Queensland Department of Health, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates, with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coasts of the Arabian Sea and Sea of Oman. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be moderate with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 3 royal decrees. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed receives His Excellency the Minister of Finance at the State of Qatar. And the joint Omani-Qatari committee reviews aspects of cooperation between the two countries, especially in investment projects. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a great weekend.